Yo, 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 what is up? What is up, guys? Hope everyone is doing well. Hope everyone is having a fantastic day today. I don't know why I always have problems with this every single time. There we go. There we go. Now it's popping up. What's going on, guys? Hope everyone's having a good day. We haven't talked in a while. We haven't really seen each other since the Bears game. So it's been a good week and a half so far. As of right now for the Philadelphia Eagles, they're up about they got a 2-game lead. Obviously, Dallas has lost to the Lions on Thursday night. So the Eagles are up 2 games, so they have a little bit of breathing rooms, but not much. I don't know what you guys think about what's going to happen here because I'm not feeling that the Eagles are catching on to their magic from last year. I feel like they will make the playoffs, I guess, if they don't choke it all away the next few weeks, because I think they only need to win. Yeah, they have to get to like 3-2. I mean, they have to win like 3 games. So they should be able to do it, but they're making it a lot harder on themselves. They're making it a lot harder really much harder on themselves, So let me say hi to everybody in the chat. We got MJ, what's going on? M9, Brandon, Eddie Price. We got Nina, what's going on? How you doing, Nina? Jedi Master Kenobi. We got Nate Dogg. We got Rich. We got Big Dog. We got Eddie Price. What's going on, guys? So first super chat. Oh, hold on. I feel like I haven't streamed in so damn long. I'm almost forgetting what I'm doing here. We got a super chat from Michael Goldberg 7121 says, "Hey Joey, what's going on, Michael? I hope you're having a good night tonight." So I don't know where to really start. I mean, there's so much shit that's wrong right now, and like I'm not, I'm trying to protect myself because after that Bears game, I was pretty much done. The worst thing that can happen right now is, they don't make the playoffs and they choke it away. But I think they can make the playoffs. Okay, it's possible. It's reasonable. Can they get past the divisional round? I don't know. I think they're the number 3 seed as of right now so far. I don't know, guys. It's going to be – last weekend was a different weekend, okay? Last weekend – Nick kind of changed his tune after that Bears loss going into the weekend. He really changed his tune. He was more forward with everything. And even this past week, really talking about how this season won't be like it was in 2023. And I love how he's mentioning 23 because this is how it's almost a mirror image of that. To allow, why ownership allowed him to hire Patullo, not have, at least if they hired Patullo, at least hire a consultant beginning of the season. You know what I mean? Or something like that. So, Halfway Crook 25 with the super chat says Philly 500 leaked Mark Holmes' phone number yesterday. Probably not on purpose, right? Probably not on purpose. I saw messages. A bunch of people messaged me a few days ago, and I guess after he lost to the Bears, I think Mark Holmes had a stream. I think he was playing my video from the loss to the Bears on his stream. I think near the end of his stream or something like that, which people were showing me, I guess. So it is what it is. Even though I'm still fucking blocked on his channel. Don't know why, but, I don't know what I did wrong, but it is what it is. Marcus says, Eagle fans, relax. We see the story before is going to have a good ending. Yeah, I'm hoping it's a good ending. I really hope it does. I don't know. I don't feel like they're going to reach a Super Bowl this year. There's so much shit that's wrong. Number one, we know it's the play calling. We know it's it's Kevin Patullo. It's Nick Sirianni forcing his philosophy on the players. There's just not enough for me to say, like, the run game is going to get fixed. Your offensive line is banged up all year. They have no push off the line. We can't get Saquon going. The receivers are just lost out there half the time. They don't know who's getting targets. Like, it's crazy. I don't know. the last time, AJ Brown had a good game last game, and look where it got us. It got us nowhere, Not that they were force feeding him last week, um, you know, but it's kind of nuts. It's kind of nuts. Um, let's see here. Donald, what's going on, buddy? It's Joey, my Eagles brother. We as Eagle fans, we have to keep the faith that we will fix things. We'll be fine. Fly Eagles, fly. No, like I want them to. I want them to be okay. But at the end of the day, with me and myself, I'm gonna be real with the whole situation. The Eagles haven't picked up any magic yet. The Eagles have no identity on offense yet. Like the defense, they don't really worry about too much because how many fucking games where the defense has bailed out the offense. Even giving up 280 yards rushing against the Bears, they were still holding it for the fucking defense. They were still holding it for the fucking offense that game. Even giving up all those yards, I thought they still did a pretty good job regardless of that, and they were still in the fucking game. This offense got to pull their own weight, and it's just, you know what I mean? It's just unfortunate. And I think, like I said, the biggest thing that we've been dealing with, why the players haven't been 100%. We've had a lot of injuries this year too. That doesn't excuse the fact how the play calling is and how Nick is running things. And how is it 13, 14 weeks now Nick wants to change the fucking scheme now? And like, why do this so late? It's just so fucking late, man. Ryland says, how about them boys losing, giving up 44 points to a team we only gave up 9 points to? Overhyped and overrated ass team. Yeah, you know what? I thought the Cowboys would have won that game because I don't think Dan Campbell's play calling has been necessarily really good. I know Amon Brown has been hurt in that offense, and he finally came back for that game against Dallas, so that was good for him because there was rumors that he wasn't going to play in that game. I didn't really have too much faith in Dan Campbell's play calling. I don't think the Lions have looked good, necessarily for their offense. But hey, they came out with the win. So both defenses looked like shit. Dak threw a couple picks in the game. And so now the Eagles, after laughing at us last week, the Cowboys were 3-5-1 at one point, and they won 3 games straight, and they were pretty much on our tail when we started to lose a couple games. But now with a 2-game lead in the division, you got to win 3 games. If Dallas loses next week and the Eagles win, they probably only have to win like 2. So, so I think you still got to play Washington twice. You still got the Raiders. You still got Buffalo, second to last game of the season. Same. I think we need to draft heavy for the offensive line next year and free. Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah. Now offensive line is definitely going to be a big one. Tight end will be a big one. But the coaching has to be right too. So Eddie Price says, is Phillips playing Monday? I have no idea. So it looks like Carter's getting the surgery on his shoulder. I think he just said, you know what, let me just get it now because Carter is not going to play well. Like he's had this shoulder injury since the offseason program, and there was a point where he wasn't in shape. There was a point where it's just a pain tolerance thing with Jalen Carter, and you need him to be right. So not only can you be losing Jalen Carter for this game, Phillips is out with a concussion right now. This is the second practice. He had a light practice, which doesn't look great for him to play on Monday. So until we get something by tomorrow, he was still a light practice today. I'm hoping that, we'll see how it goes, but losing both of them it's going to be a big fucking hit. It's going to be a big hit, so Jahad Campbell's going to have more snaps in this game because the rotation is lightened up a little bit. And Jahad Campbell had 0 snaps against the Bears. Like, they got to try to get him involved somehow. I get it. Like, Nakobe Dean's playing well, but they got to find out. They got to do something with Jahad Campbell. Jalix Hunt is having a fantastic year. Look at that pick that he had in that Bears game. Look at that pick that he had. And then the Eagles tried to tush push. They fumble it. They can't even do that play anymore. Donald said, Joey, I feel you, bro. I've been disgusted with the offense all season, bro. I feel you. And I said there's a difference between optimistic and delusional. Some Eagle fans are delusional as the Cowgirls. Well, look, there's fans out there that just want, that feel like the Eagles will be all right. And maybe there's fans out there that think the Eagles will be okay. Me, I don't know, because I could say, hey, this game should be, we should beat this team and we should beat that team, but they're making this shit so fucking complicated. Like, how are you changing the fucking scheme week 13, week 14? Now, like I said, Jeffrey Lurie must have put his foot down last weekend because Nick was coming out with different things about the offense. It needs to change. You've been doing the same thing for weeks. Sometimes doing the same thing isn't the right reasoning for it. Like the certain quotes that he said, like last weekend after the loss to the Bears, it's just, to me, it's just really late in my opinion. Can't talk shit about teams. Well, I really don't. I mean, for me, I don't do the stupid shit that Mark does where like you fucking put on somebody on a live stream and you fucking laugh at people. Like I don't get it, dude. Like that fucking team hasn't done anything. Like regardless, like I would like shut the fuck up and just be like, dude, like I haven't seen my Cowboys in the fucking playoffs and what they could fucking do yet. So it's like I don't get why winning the East is like the major fucking event for them. I just don't get it. It's such baby fucking bullshit, you know? It's just baby bullshit. Appreciate that follow, Cujo and friends. Dak MVP most valuable picks. Joe, you think Slay comes back? I don't know, dude. I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. I mean, look, he backed out. I mean, look, he gets waived by the Steelers, and then he says, I still want to play football. And then then the Bills pick him up. The Bills put in a waiver claim. The Eagles put in a waiver claim. He goes to the Bills, and now he doesn't want to play for the fucking Bills now. You know? And then he goes on Speakeasy last night and pretty much says, like, I don't want to go to the Bills. Like, I think, like, they asked him, like, would he have been in Philadelphia already if the Eagles picked him up off waivers? And he just wouldn't even answer it, to be honest. So I feel like he's going to wait a few days, maybe another week, and then see where he's at mindset-wise. Is he really going to retire? I don't know. There's only a few more games left on the schedule, so I guess we'll see. I mean, do we need him? I mean, I don't mind having him. I don't see why that would be a bad thing. Adoree Jackson, like, even when the Eagles were playing good defensively, like, Adoree actually didn't play bad. I thought he was very serviceable. But when your offense is leaving your defense held out to fucking dry every game and they got to be on the field all game, I mean, this is the problem that you're going to have, you know? You know what I mean? Ron says, at this point, I'm more excited to shut Dallas up by winning the division back-to-back because of KP. We're not going anywhere in the playoffs. Yeah, I probably agree, dude. I don't want to be a downer about it, but I don't know what they're going to do in the playoffs. I really don't. There's nothing that really is showing me. Like, the defense I trust more than the offense, but offensively, dude, this is a coaching staff that's trying to figure it out. And even watching even watching the first episode of Hard Knocks, and like Patullo is like, it's just bad. I've seen clips of Patullo just like, we need to figure it out. We have to figure it out. He's like panicking, even though what those fucking assholes did to his house, egging his house, was just really over the line. That's just horrible. I've never seen that before. Into that guy will say whatever it takes to keep his job. We should be coaching high school with his brother, failed upwards spectacularly. Yeah. Let's see. Rob said our D-line, our safeties, and everybody was terrible. Well, I mean, yeah, for the Bears game, yeah, the D-line wasn't great. The linebackers weren't great. I mean, the whole defense wasn't good at all. They were playing so fucking lateral. I felt like they weren't even attacking. I don't even know how many times they blitzed in that game. I thought Caleb Williams was just way too comfortable in the pocket. And that was it. We couldn't really do much. I mean, Caleb Williams wasn't doing anything extraordinary. He was throwing short little passes. They were throwing a lot of screen passes in that fucking game. And that was it. I mean, they really weren't doing that much, but the run game was working. They continued it, you know. Mark said the real Dallas Cowboys showed up at in that Detroit. Yeah. Robert says never seen a first round pick ride the bench. Yeah, I don't know with Jahad Campbell. I don't know what's going to happen with him. I really don't. I wish I had the answer to where he's going to go. So we did get news that Landon Dickerson was not at practice. Well, first he wasn't practicing, and everybody was like, "What the fuck?" And then it was a rest day for Landon Dickerson today. So that was good. At least good news for us on that front because that scared me. That scared me just a little bit, just a little tiny bit. So I'm glad that's not the case. So Mulata says that the run game got some new stuff in this week. I mean, why even fucking announce that? Just fucking run it. What the fuck? You know, I don't know. I like it's just like, oh, we have some things cooking for the run game this week. Like, great. like I don't even care. I'm sorry. Like I told you guys, like after that Bears game, I was pretty much like I was mentally fucking done. Mentally done. Rest day. Chris says rest day if they're telling the truth. Yeah, I don't know. Or he's hurt, or he's dealing with an ankle, or a calf, or a shoulder, or a fucking pinky finger, or I have no idea. You know? So, you know, even going back to that Bears game, so like they actually ran the ball in the beginning, which was pretty good. Like Saquon Barkley had two 5-yard runs. They get the first down on an AJ Brown pass. And then they go into the next series and they no, sorry, not the next series. After the first down they ended up passing 3 fucking times. Like 3 times. There's just some shit that makes every time something is working, their best series on offense realistically is their 2-minute. They take so fucking long to get ready, get set, get things going. I'm tired. Even watching Dallas. I mean, look, we could shit on Dallas that they lost to the Lions, but let me tell you, when they pass like short comebacks or out routes or slants, like Dak Prescott can make every fucking pass, and they know how to just run shit like that. I hate having this fucking play caller. It's just there's just shit that makes no sense to me. Honestly, it just makes no sense to me. Donald, the real Eagles fan for life, says, Joey, I hate to say it, bro. We look like a shit show. We do. I mean, you'd be lying if you say we fucking don't at this point. You know? As he says, I really hate when the players say we have something new to run. It's like, don't even, it's like you're telling the fucking other, you know what I mean? Like, why even announce that? It's so childish, and it's so like, hey, guess what, guys? We got some new stuff in the run game coming up this week. You know? Show, don't tell. That's rule in sports. Rigo said we need to get back to the basics. I don't know how you're going to get back to the basics because there's nobody else that can run this offense right now. I don't get how they're changing things. They literally don't have the brain capacity to fucking change it. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm mentally tired. Like, I'm tired of talking about the same shit every week. I'm tired that we're talking about AJ Brown, or we're talking about what receivers aren't getting targeted. Like, I'm tired of talking about all that shit. All of it. You know? Cal said it's like they aren't sure about plays. Probably not. They're not sure. Because I remember in that Bears game, I literally saw Patullo he skipped 7-8 pages in his fucking book the other day. They said, why would you take on the clock pressures? Time to address your house. Was it even Eagle fans? Bro, who cares? Focus. Damn. I don't know. I mean, they're going to run with it and say it is Eagle fans, which, who the fuck does that anyway? Who comes together and says, hey, let's go egg fucking Patullo's house? We need heavy Tank for... Yeah, what's going on with Tank, bro? Like, why... Number one, why aren't they using him on first down? He's averaging over 7 yards a carry on first down. Why aren't they using him on first down? Why aren't they? I don't even think he had a snap last week. He didn't have one snap at running back last week. I mean, you completely took him out of the game last week. Completely took him out. You know? Eagles fans, Kevin still sucks. Same dumb play calling every week. Slants are too predictable. Too many screens. Running the ball on third and not using the players. Let me tell you something, Eagles fan. Let me tell you something. This fucking team does not know how to run a fucking slant. Like, I've seen we just saw the Bears run, like, besides the pick six, which was, they ran a slant on, they ran a screen pass on 3rd and 2, which that made no sense to me at all. I don't know if that was the one that got picked. I don't know if that was the one that got picked, but this team cannot run a screen for it. Like, at least there's nothing quick. The handoffs are slow. The screens, if they even do one, whether it's a check down screen or a screen-esque type play, it just takes too long to develop. It always fucking does. Jimbox says, I just don't like it when I don't know what's wrong with the offense, but something is clear. What's wrong with the offense is you don't have anyone capable brain capacity to run a fucking offense. You brought the wrong people into the building. Okay, you have injuries on your offensive line nonstop. You can't get the run game going because your fucking run game is predictable. You run it from like maybe 2 formations, not even that. So because you look predictable, those defensive lines are going to have a fast get off. And then you're more vulnerable to injuries and getting hurt because the defense knows every step of the way, everything you're fucking doing. That's the fucking truth to it all. Steve says Saquon is so trash. I like Bijan and Gibbs more. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Saquon Barkley. Okay, there was some video that came out to where now Saquon is starting to miss like fucking holes now. He's starting to miss some of these gaps that he should really shoot through, and then he doesn't. He tries to go to the outside to make, he's trying to get the home run play. Because the running game has been so fucking bad, now he's doing like kind of what LaShawn McCoy did in his last year in Philadelphia, where LaShawn would dance too much. He would try to go to the outside. He would try to get that big home run ball, and that's it. And that's what's happening right now. Like, there's nothing wrong with Saquon Barkley. This offensive line and predictable play calling are hurting Saquon because they know what's coming almost every single time. And it's a fucking problem. It's a big problem. Versus or hitches, maybe the occasional goal ball we could hit. Yeah, the occasional goal ball. I mean, some post call. I mean, I don't know, something. I mean, I used to love Kellen Moore last year, all the crossers and, scheming guys open, I mean, the way he was moving guys around last year. I just don't get how you don't get. I mean, this is the same shit Doug was fired for. This is the same shit Doug was fired for. Doug wanted to hire Press Taylor. Doug wanted to hire Matt Rules as DC. Okay? Doug wanted to not go outside the organization and get new blood in the building. This is the same shit Doug was fired for, and yet they're letting this coach Sirianni every other year do the same shit over and over again. I mean, it's bad, dude. It's bad. Like, I don't get how, at the end of the Super, remember when the Eagles won the Super Bowl and remember Sirianni was like, "Oh, Kellen, we want you back, Kellen." It's like, why didn't they try to get Kellen Moore back? I mean, the fucking Saints right now are not even they're not even in the playoffs. They're officially out of the playoffs right now. That team is going to take another 3 to 4 years to even fucking get anywhere. Like, how do they let this happen again? Again. It's Potato Head. We're calling Patullo Potato Head. User says, "What up? My thoughts. I think this offensive coordinator is not a coaching job for next year opponent. We need Slay. I wouldn't say we need Slay, but it would be nice to have him, though. You know what I mean? So I don't know if he is. I don't know if Slay is. Slay's had probably his worst year this year. Not sure if it's decline. Not sure if it's scheme because it could be. but I think he would be a huge upgrade in Philadelphia. So I would give this thing time. I mean, potentially he could sign here. He could take a couple weeks off, rest himself, come back and start playing. You know what I mean? Like he could sign wherever he wants now. Nate said, no finesse. Like, I'm so jealous of every other offense plays. It looks bad, feels bad, smells bad. Yeah. It makes me hate watching football, other teams on Sunday. Like Sunday, I'm going to watch football and I'm going to watch all these fucking teams, some teams that aren't even that good, run offensive, like basic offensive plays that the Eagles could barely fucking run. Halfway Crook says, not to mention the Saints have a better offense than us. I mean, I wouldn't go that far, but every team has looked better than us. But the Eagles have always found a way to win. But now you're not doing that anymore. The last couple weeks, you're not even doing that anymore. So that Bears game was big. Now the Bears the Bears are only in this right now. I don't think the Bears are a legit threat. I'm sorry, but I don't think Seattle's a huge threat. I don't think the Bears are a fucking threat. I'm not really a big fan of the NFC, to be honest with you. Like the Rams are the powerhouse of the NFC, but they just lost to the Panthers last week. I mean, they just lost to the Panthers, so that helped us. So the Eagles have the 3 seed now, number 3. Dallas now moves down to the 10th spot in the NFC, the 10th spot. They have a 9% chance of winning the division at this point or getting into the playoffs. The Eagles just got to win 3 games. But is it the Eagles win these 3 games, they get into the playoffs, and they look like a different fucking team by that point? Because if you're going to run your offense the way you have one good series in the first half, or you score 3 fucking touchdowns and decide to take your foot off the gas in the second half, and you want to run clock down on the beginning of the second half, you ain't doing shit. You ain't doing nothing. No joke. Bills have his rights. Yeah, I seen that. Yeah. So I don't know. So how long do they have his rights? So how long does that happen for? Forrest says, yeah, the Saints do actually have a better offense than us. He wasn't joking. Do I still have my gaming channel? My Eagles gaming channel? I still have it, but I don't use it anymore. I have another one. I have another one called Joey Slash, so. Nick at Taco Bell eyeing the assistant manager position. Deep Voice says, if we could sweep the Commanders, we good. if they can. See, that's how much I don't really have much faith in this offense going forward. I hope they show me. I hope they fucking totally just prove it to me. Because I don't know how they're going to look against the Commanders. With all those injuries, Jaden Daniels is coming back this week. If he can stay healthy for a 3rd, 4th fucking time, it'd be nice. I don't know what they're going to do. Nate says he duck up that up too. Who the fuck ordered the all hard shells? Let's see. I haven't watched it yet. I'm not really a big Penny. I'm not a fan of the new Pennywise. I'm a fan of the original Pennywise. I like the first fucking It when it was in 2 fucking VHS tapes back in the day. Slay is a royal PETA. But so I don't know. I mean, there's, I don't know what to take going into this week. It's just like I'm going to sit back and see what happens. Because chance and time and time again, they have a chance now to win the division, in 3 weeks. So yeah, Tim Curry was the shit. He was a shit. He was awesome. Kyle said, bro, if the mess that is the Commanders beat the Eagles, I'm gonna cry. Huh? Look, I mean, the Giants beat you on Thursday night. Fucking what, a 2-4 team beat you on fucking Thursday night. I know it was a short week for the Eagles, but look, like, I'm happy that there's some new teams like looking good, like Denver's looking good. Like, look at, New England looks really good. Like, New England is like, everything's working for them. They're fucking healthy. Their quarterback is making the good throws. The receivers are playing well. Their offensive line is fantastic. The AFC is pretty fucking good right now. It's nice to see some new teams there. Even, KC is not playing well this year. We know that. They're still, where are they? I don't know where KC is in the AFC. I think they're what, the ninth. I think what, they're a ninth. They're the ninth team right now. Something like that. I mean, they're still in the hunt for a wild card spot. So I think if they lose this week, I don't know if they're playing Sunday night or Monday night against the Texans, or I forgot who they're playing. I think they're done. I think they'll be finished. I think it's too late for them now. Cowboys choke season is here. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I mean, that was a big game. They should have won that game, actually. They should have won it. Kelsey retired and became a wife. Felt like we haven't missed Kelsey at all. We haven't missed him like whatsoever at all. Period. Haven't even. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen after Monday night with Jalen Carter. I'm not sure because, I mean, this surgery, I guess it has to happen because if it doesn't happen, then he's going to be like in pain every fucking game. He's not going to play to his full. It's not surgery. It's a light surgery. It's just a clean out of his shoulder, something like that. So I wouldn't make a big deal about that. It's something where the Eagles probably told him to say, "Hey, let's go get this shit done." So you could, feel better in a few weeks and then be ready for the playoffs and things like that. So I'm not sure if he'll be back after the Monday night game. So I'm not sure. He already had the surgery, I think. So, but we'll see. Yeah, Miss Adeline says Houston could seal the deal for KC. Yeah, I think they. I don't know if they're going to. I mean, KC has a lot of injuries too. On top of it, especially on the offensive line, they got injuries as well. So. Nate says, so total good, bad percentage, good games versus shit, and miracle wins 25-75. Now, how many Steichen, Moore versus Sirianni, Johnson, Patullo? I mean, I think there's a big difference a little bit because even in 23, you won by the skin of your teeth and I don't know how many fucking games. And I don't think you're a good team. I think if you could win games like that when it comes to a miracle like that, or you're just in the right spot at the right time to win the game, and that's what happened so many times that year. There's a point where things do get lucky, and then when you do that every single fucking week, I don't think you're a good football team because the Eagles were barely even having a 30-point fucking game. At least like a dominating performance in 23. They never really had a dominating performance that year at all. You know what I mean? I don't know if the Birds are going to win out. Like, I don't know if they'll beat Buffalo. Buffalo's defense isn't really that good. Washington is a mess right now, and I don't even know, dude, if they could even beat them. It just depends on the week, and like, just say the Eagles face the Chargers on Monday night, and they totally fucking destroy them. Then the next question is, are they going to keep this thing going, or is it going to are they going to revert back to their fucking ways of Jalen Hurts, have Jalen Hurts, play fucking scared the entire game, cutting out his run ability, cutting out the check down game, cutting out really much everything. I just don't know if, like I said, like if they have a dominating performance on Monday night, can I trust them continuing that? I don't know if I can. I got to see like the next few weeks. Like, we're still trying to figure this out right now, and it's the worst position that we could be in. Worst position we could be in. Eagles fans, the Cowboys defense was horrible. Dak was terrible, and the Lions went over the Cowboys. Last night, Dallas lost last night, gives the Eagles a 2-game lead in division. Yeah, we have a 2-game lead right now. Yeah. Which isn't a lot. I mean, it's a nice little we get a little bit of breathing space, but it's not that much. So Dallas kind of screwed themselves not winning that game. But the Eagles could put Dallas right back in it if they lose this week. So the Eagles got to win 3 fucking games. The Eagles probably would have already clinched if they won like at least the last 2-3 games. They would have had to at least win one more game probably if they won against Denver, if they didn't choke against the fucking Cowboys. I mean, they would have already probably been fucking clinched at this point. So you got the Chargers on Monday night. You still got the Raiders. I mean, it's set up. This is set up for you to make the playoffs and win the division. I mean, sure, don't get me wrong. Like, there has been a back-to-back division leader in the NFC East since the early 2000s, right? So, I mean, it'd be nice to fucking break that for once, you know? But playoff-wise, I don't have trust in the coaching staff to get this fixed. Do I have trust in they'll make some adjustments and they will change some things? Sure. But do I think we're going to get some of that magic back from last year? I really don't know. I'm not in that Eagles are Super Bowl bound type move. I'm not even in that excitement of the Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. Like, it's not even we don't even know if they can win against the worst teams in the NFL right now. And they're gonna play the Raiders soon. I mean, you can't even beat them. Like, you got Washington that's horrible this year. You're set up to get into the playoffs pretty fucking easily. Denver is just the 23 Eagles, barely winning by 3 points literally every game. Well, I think the Bears are the same way too, almost. The Bears for 4 or 5 straight weeks were doing the same shit. They're winning by a missed field goal, making a field goal. Like, they were winning by the skin of their teeth. So I don't think the Bears are amazing. I think the Rams are a really good team. The Rams, I think, are the most complete fucking team that's dominating this year. But they fucking choked last week too. You know what I mean? It's going to happen down the road. Those teams that don't really have anything to fight for, like, they could fuck up the seeding pretty easily if you take your foot off the gas. And this team has done it way too many times. I think we lose 4 out of 5. I don't think we lose 4 out of 5. That's a little too. That's a lot. Ms. Alex says, to think that we should not be in this predicament makes me mad. It pisses me off that this owner allowed this fucking head coach to hire this fucking guy and get back to where we were 2 years ago. That's the shit that annoys me the most. We said earlier in the season, look, like Howie Roseman was very passive at cornerback. He was passive on the offensive line. Like, he didn't make any big moves. He made some trades. Jacorian Bennett was a wasted trade. Mechie was a wasted trade. The offensive lineman they traded for, Kenyon Green for fucking Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, that was a wasted trade. Like, Howie Roseman didn't do a great job either. In this draft, you probably you probably got maybe only 2 good players out of this draft. Like, Campbell, we know, great coverage linebacker. We know what he could do on the outside. But you need to figure something out with him because you're gonna have fucking Zach Bond for another year. And I would have to say you're gonna sign Dean. You're gonna re-sign Nakobe Dean. There's no doubt. You're gonna re-sign him. Nolan Smith is probably the one that's not gonna get re-signed. Carter will probably get signed, but not probably as expensive because his statistics aren't really good this year. Now he's going to miss some time. So you might get away with that. Reed Blankenship, I don't know if they re-sign him. I would say maybe, probably. Makuba, we don't even know the timetable of this fractured ankle. They never gave us a timetable. They never said he was out for the rest of the year. So he could come back playoffs. He could, I don't know. It just depends. Lane Johnson, there's been no news on him regarding his swelling. To figure out, well, actually, I'm trying to remember. Was there news on Lane Johnson? I don't know if there was. I think there was. I don't think he's missing. I think he's only missing like 4 to 6 weeks or something like that. So Lane will be back for the playoffs. So you had a lot of injuries this year. Joey, what's your confidence in Epps? I actually liked him in 22. I don't have much confidence in him. Is he better than Sidney Brown? Yes. I think Marcus Epps is going to have a tryout on Monday night. It's his tryout. So Sidney Brown, I never want to see as a safety ever again. Marcus Epps will get his tryout on Monday, and if he doesn't work out, which he probably won't, okay, maybe he will, maybe he won't. I don't think he's going to last. I think because his health is a huge issue, guy. Like Marcus Epps is hurt every fucking year. And before he came back to the Eagles this year, he was hurt. He had an ACL. He came off an ACL with the fucking Raiders. And then he got hurt again, like twice this year already. Or once, I don't even remember. But he was hurt again. I think if that doesn't work out with Marcus Epps, I think you're gonna go sign Justin Simmons next week. I think that's what you're gonna do. I think Justin Simmons is there for the taking for us right now. I think it's gonna happen. And honestly, I think it's a good move. Now I think it's a very good move. I don't see why not. With Makuba out, you're very light. You're light on fucking safety right now. So Nate says, yeah, ever since Nick, the injuries have been weird. Competitive advantage, that's the what advantage, what's the shit? Just tell us nobody else does that. Well, I don't think since Nick's got here, I mean the injury. I mean, you're gonna have some years where guys are injured. It's gonna happen. Like last year, we were pretty fucking healthy. We were pretty healthy. But Goddard was like the main one that got hurt and then missed a lot of time and then came back for the playoffs. So that worked out in the favor of what happened with the injury. But honestly, a lot of these Eagles that have left, the only one that's doing really well right now, partially, I mean, Rodgers has had an okay year with the Vikings. I mean, Becton has been hurt like twice already. And Becton is going to be a free agent after he wants out. He wants out of fucking LA. He doesn't want to be there anymore. He's already changed he changed his agent already. They haven't even used him. Sometimes they haven't even used him at all. I think Becton wants out, but he hasn't been healthy. So Nate says cloak and dagger to hide the this guy doesn't know how to football. I don't think telling you if we brought our consultant would be to our advance. Stop with the word salad. What are we fighting about something? What is going on? A consultant would be nice. If you were going to change the scheme and do a whole bunch of shit, I would have hired a consultant, but they didn't do that either. How he has to go back to the drawing board: younger, faster, healthier, and cheaper. Depth. Well, I mean, they have been going younger. That's not the problem. The problem is that they left CB2 fucking naked, and they didn't draft one offensive lineman this past year that at least could get some starting capability, or they just haven't been good. They just haven't been healthy. Juergens hasn't been healthy. Dickerson hasn't been healthy. Mulata's had a really bad year this year, play-wise, his worst year of his career. Lane Johnson just can't stay healthy. I mean, the whole fucking line. Steen's not a good run blocker. I don't like Tyler Steen at right guard. I really don't. That's just me. Yeah, Alfredo says there isn't any competitive advantage when we do the same shit. We are predictable. Yeah, well, Nick finally fucking sees that now. Why all these weeks that now, I feel like because when we have a good record, they think that they can getting away with the same shit every week. Like having one good series or having one good half and then just trying to conserve time in the second fucking half and holding on to this fucking lead, taking your foot off the gas. I hate when you're not aggressive, not recklessly aggressive, but when you're aggressive, you have two receivers that are stone cold fucking killers and you don't even use them, Or for us, we won't know if somebody else is calling the plays or we have a consultant until after the game. If we see KP on the sideline, though, with a play sheet, we will know. Oh, we already know. I mean, this is this is Nick's playbook, Nick's scheme, but Patullo is carrying out what Nick wants to do. But Patullo, it's not even like Patullo's fault. It's like he doesn't even count as what's going on right now because he just like he doesn't even count towards what's going on. You know what I mean? Like we know he's done after this year. We know that Patullo, Super Bowl or not, like I don't even know. Like he's already fucking gone. You know? Yeah, playing not to lose, and I hate that fucking mindset. I always think you read my dumbest shit. You just worded it a different way. I was kind of confused on how it was worded. That's all. Nothing against you or anything. Chris said we need to start an O line rebuild. We're definitely going to need a right guard and RT next season. They got a perfect. They'll have a perfect spot in the fucking draft to, you know what I mean. While everyone else is getting weapons, the Eagles will get some linemen. So that's what they need to do. We got to see if Lane Johnson's going to retire. We got to see if Lane Johnson's going to retire after this year. So I'm not even like off on Mulata's fine. I'm not really giving up on Dickerson at all. Like, or Jurgens scares me a little bit. Jurgens is one that kind of scares me because that guy's had an injury every single fucking week. And every time he's healthy to come back, he's really not healthy. Every time like he's ready to go this week, the guy is never fucking 100% healthy. I understand that guys are dealing with it. Like, even if you're not on the injury report, everyone is always dealing with some type of injury or pain or something like that. Jurgens has never, he has whiffed on tackles. He has looked really fucking bad. Like, I'm not so sure about Jurgens. I would say center, right guard, and right tackle. I would say from the middle to your right side of the offensive line is your weakness right now. You know? Let's see. Miss Allen said, "What helps a consultant with the stubborn head coach?" Well, consultant. I mean, it depends on how much they give the consultant, like creative, like how much will they give a consultant creativity to put something in a playbook and then let these coaches carry it out. I mean, a consultant actually could do a lot. So if he could do 80%, 85% of the game plan, it would actually help tremendously. It would help a lot. You know, so. Oh, so if we had an experienced OC that could just sequence the feel of the game, he could call the basic plays a nice play, Nick's playbook with some wrinkles. Well, he has no wrinkles because these coordinators run Nick's philosophy, and they don't and they're supposed to add their own flavor to it, and he's got no flavor towards it. You know, that's the problem. So. Yo, Adam, what's going on, buddy? Appreciate the super chat so much, man. He says, "Hey, what's up, Joey? A little late for the stream this evening. My dad's convinced we're going to see a different team this Monday. Want to know your thoughts? I hope that he's right. I hope that your father knows what he's talking about, and hopefully he's the good luck charm for Monday night. And we look completely different, and we're wowed by it, and we're surprised by it, and we're like, holy shit, look at this offense. We're ready to go." I hope I'm in that mindset. You know, I'm not saying every series has to be perfect, every quarter has to be perfect, but there's got to be a neutral ground on things that you do. Not taking your foot off the gas, and I understand. Like the Eagles already have how many fucking turnovers that Jalen Hurts has? I mean, a couple fumbles, obviously. You know, like it's just there's no creativity. How many fucking weeks have we played bad cornerbacks and they blanket over every receiver that we have? Remember the Bears game? Oh, they have no linebackers. They're down 3 of their starting linebackers, which they were. They had Jalen Johnson back, their starting corner. They had they had Gordon back, their other cornerback, and they had no line. It doesn't matter what defensive injuries that they have. The Eagles. I haven't seen. When's the last time you really saw like consistent separation in a game, like 5-6 yards apart, 5 to 8 yards apart from receiver to cornerback? You never fucking do, you know. But I appreciate that super chat, Adam. Means a lot. Adam with another super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. I get players and coaches won't give anything to the media, but man, bland answers from Nick and Kevin drive me nuts, man. Whole lot of talk, no action. Well, that's what they've been doing for weeks. But the past weekend, okay, the Bears, after the Bears lost that weekend, Nick was completely talking a different way. I'm not saying it's a positive thing, but it's nice that he was a little bit more forward. I think Lurie put his foot down on that fucking team last weekend. I think Lurie was like, you got to change this shit now because this isn't. Something happened because Nick wouldn't just come out and be like, "Oh yeah, we're changing the scheme." Like he wouldn't be saying all that, you know. So something happened. Something happened. And I'm hoping that I just Patullo is just like, well, when you're given the defense that you're given and the offense is running really good, Jalen Hurts is given the opportunity to call plays at the line, depending on the defensive set that is given to him. Like that's the shit that's how he talks. That's how he fucking talks every week. Like Patullo looks like he doesn't worry about anything. Like Patullo doesn't look pissed off going to like Patullo has no emotion ever at a press conference. He looks like it's just like another day. Like there's no fire. There's no fire from him. There's no fucking talk back from him. They're like he's just so fucking I hate that. I fucking hate it. Holy Smitty. It's that separation. Oh, you are right. One of the best years for Devontae Smith. How many fucking yards? How many yards does Devontae Smith have for the Philadelphia Eagles? Hold on. How many yards does Devontae Smith have for the Philadelphia Eagles?
Passes and scored 3 touchdowns, averaging about 13.4 yards per reception. He also had a career high 183 receiving yards in Week 7 against the Minnesota Vikings. He's been a key part of the Eagles' offense this season.
Okay. Oh. Okay. All right, so not too bad. Okay. So he should hit. He'll probably hit over 1,100 if they fucking treat him the right way. Probably should. Where it says, yeah, Lurie got tired of seeing the highest paid offense in NFL history playing like dog shit. True. Which is, oh, please don't do that again, but you nailed it. I don't know if you're talking to me or not. Alfred said, yeah, Lurie got tired of seeing the highest paid. Oh, I read that. Jake says, should use Jalen Legs more. He's built better than Lamar Jackson. It's tough to bring down. Use Bigsby more and use Saquon more in the passing game. We can be as bad as we are. Got to go at least 4-1. Oh, we need at least win 3 games. That's what we need. We need 3 wins. Okay. If the Eagles win and Dallas keeps losing, then we'll be winning less. We only need less games. We only have to win less games. So Dallas got pretty much they got a pretty easy schedule going forward. I forgot who they have, but I know I don't think it's tough. So Case SF says, I'm sorry to think that Patullo is not the play caller. He's just the face that talks. No, that's what's been going on. I've been telling you guys since the beginning. Like Patullo is a front man for Nick. Like Patullo is gonna fall on the fucking sword at the end of the year. If we fail, Patullo falls on the fucking sword for Nick. Nick is safe, but he's not safe in my fucking eyes. I don't give a fuck what he's done regular season win-loss percentage. Like, this is a year-to-year league. I don't care that he won a Super Bowl. I don't care if he's been to 2 Super Bowls. Like, I'm sorry, but, and I see it. Nick has, every single year, Nick has been telling, like, on Hard Knocks, he was like, look, we had to go through our growing pains during 23. That what happened in 23 got us to where we were at in 24. Okay, and I get that. Okay, so there was a learning experience from 23 to 24. But There was a learning experience there. The problem I have is that why would you not hire another experienced coordinator going into this 25 season? You're in a Super Bowl window. Like, you can't hire a fucking dunce. You know, you can't hire somebody that's just like you and has no idea what the fuck is going on. I don't get how Lurie allowed us to revert back to a fucking guy that can't help this offense. It's literally Nick's play calling. And this is, I mean, literally, it's Nick's fucking philosophy. It's Nick's play sheet. And all Patul is doing is just acting as if he's calling his own shit, but he's not. There's no flavor added to it. That's the way it goes, man. We got Adam with the super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Says, one last super chat. Just wanted to show some love. Been following your making videos since the Quez Watt draft video you made. What a ride it's been. The GOAT, Joey, drop a like on the stream. Hey, Adam, I appreciate so much. You've been around that long? Goddamn, dude. I appreciate so much, buddy. It means a lot. Trust me. Been following for that long. Jeez. And you've been along for the ride for a while. So I appreciate the support. A lot of support. So appreciate it, Adam, so much. Thank you. Nick is a clown. Robert says Hurts needs to play better. Patul is trash, but Hurts is not helping. If he didn't miss Goddard, Smitty didn't fumble on the tush push throw, that senseless interception, we win. Oh no, I think he's played like shit too. I think he's played like shit. I think part of his game has been. It's definitely been hurting because of the play calling. But at the same time, I think Hurts has had a lot of opportunities on wide open guys, and he's missing wide open guys. This has happened before. Okay, a quarterback change isn't going to help anything because all it's going to do is if a new quarterback comes in, we will be figured. That quarterback will be figured out within a week. Within a week, it doesn't matter. You know, if he comes in, forget it. I mean, it's done. But yeah, he has missed wide open guys. He just, yeah, I think Hurts is not playing well this year. I don't think he is. But when the offense is fluid, he's fucking fluid. Like, that offense runs on all four cylinders. And I've seen it. We've seen it this year a little bit. You know, and then there's times where he just looks like he doesn't know what the fuck's going on out there. You know, and tries to, then he starts to force things. And, you know, because he starts to force things, it's because the offense isn't really fucking doing anything, you know? Maurice Steele with the super chat. Thanks a lot, buddy. Says, I hope the Chargers release Mekhi Becton. I don't even know if the Eagles, I mean, getting him back would be great. The problem that with Big Becton has been his health this year. Like, Becton has been not healthy this year. I know he wants out. Of LA. He doesn't want to be in LA anymore. He already changed his agent already. He's ready to get out of he's ready to get the fuck out. He's ready to get out of LA after this year. So I think not signing him was a big fucking mistake. I think it was a huge fucking mistake. That's just me. That's just me. So where is my... I don't know where it is, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hold on one second. I gotta change this. There it is. Okay. Sorry. But guys, if you guys haven't checked out the Philly Shakedown podcast merch, if you're looking for stuff to get for your family, for friends, or anything like that, definitely go check out the Philly Shakedown merch. We have a lot of new designs out right now. If you spend $85, you get 10% off. If you spend $115, you get 15% off, which is really good. Definitely go check out the description of the live stream and go get your the Philly Shakedown podcast merch. There's definitely plenty there for everybody. So just letting everybody know. If I can get this fucking chat back up. Robert says this is the second straight year where our passing game is ranked in the 20s. Barkley covered that last year. This year, not so much. Yeah. Well, yeah, the passing game, like the problem last year, was where we didn't. The run game wasn't good at the beginning of the season last year. We weren't running enough. We hit that bye week, and then like offensive lineman went up to fucking Sirianni and said, "Yo, we need to run the ball more." And that's when everything really changed. I think right after that bye week last year. So post bye week this year, they didn't do a fucking thing. They've done shit. Total shit. We got Arthur 26 McQueen, member for 2 months of the camera tier. Thank you so much, man, for supporting. Just go Birds. Look, at the end of the day, guys, like, I love this team. I want this team to fucking win. But when they don't win and there's flaws that are being like showed to us on field and what these coaches are saying every fucking week, I'm going to fucking say something about it. I'm just going to say something about it. Like I think you guys know by this time how long you've been, whoever's been following me for a long time, a short time, a couple weeks, a couple days, you guys know that I don't listen to WIP. I don't listen to I don't listen to WIP. I don't listen to fucking I don't listen to Jacob Media. I don't listen to, I really don't. Besides a couple people that I like, I don't really listen to a lot of these fucking people at all because I know it's all bullshit. It's just all speculation. Speculation's fine, but speculated lies that are making them seem out to be like facts when you don't know that they're facts, I think it's fucking bullshit, I just think it's bullshit. I'm seeing beat writers fight with fucking this one and that one. I'm like, what is up with, like, what's up everyone's fucking ass? Like, what is up everyone's fucking ass? Honestly. Before the bye, Barkley got zipped. Still kind of looked chunky until the very end. Then, Jesus, they looked incredible. They really did. They fucking took off. Robert said the tush push is ruining the offensive line. That's a tough play for the big guys up front. Plus, Barkley had 2K yards last year. All that run blocking takes a toll. Yeah, it does. I think some guys were still hurt from last year, honestly. Juergens has been hurt. Dickerson has been on and off. He looks more healthy now than he did, Perez says, I stopped listening to Sills and Johnny Mac. I don't blame you. I honestly don't blame you. But that was just Sills' trash. He was hot garbage. Sills tells it how it is. Well, yeah, that's definitely true. But at the same time, like, there are people out there, even when the Eagles are playing well, that still have bad things to say. I'm sorry, but that's the fucking game. When the Eagles are playing well, people have bad shit to say to rage bait all Eagle fans. People rage bait people even when the Eagles were playing well last year to get a fucking rise out of people to get more fucking viewership. Like, it's the fucking game, everybody. Everybody plays this fucking game. Everybody does. It's all over the place. Everybody does it. Is it annoying? Kinda. It's kind of tiring and fucking played out. Like, I don't know what's like, I don't know what the act, it's like a big fucking act. I think like a bunch of fucking actors trying to win a fucking Emmy for the year. God said Nick is a clown from his first press conference since being hired till now. It's insane, but it's on Howie and Lurie should have been fired after Tampa game. Be in the same spot again, but worse. Well, I mean, this is on Howie and Lurie. Should have been. Well, I mean, you're not. Look. Howie Roseman's not going to get fired. Okay, if you're going to fire somebody, you're going to. If you're going to take accountability, you take accountability and say, we fucked up. We shouldn't have gave Nick Sirianni fucking power to fucking hire his own fucking staff. Again, reverting back to the same shit we do every other fucking year. And, you can't make a change in season. I mean, you can't. Firing Nick wouldn't help this team. And firing fucking Patul is not going to fucking. I mean, at this point, firing Patul, like, is it going to help? I mean, I don't think it's going to make a fucking difference if he's here or not, to be honest with you. Nick might as well just be calling the fucking plays at this point. You know what I mean? Chris said Elliott Shore Parks, chief among the baiters, a mass debater, if you will. Yeah, I never listen to Elliott Shore Parks. Ever. Never do. Never fucking ever. Majority WIP is bad. I unfortunately listened to that joke. Joe Giglio feels like he's an agenda against Jalen for some reason. Always jumps him in the moment he struggles. That's what everybody does. That's what everybody does. Howie better not get fired. We need him. Joe says, find a good OC, fire Sirianni after a good season, replace Sirianni with the OC. I don't know. You're not gonna fire Sirianni. Probably not. Even though they just strip him of the power of not hiring his own fucking guy. I think it should be a collaborative effort of who they fucking hire, and it's got to be somebody outside the organization with somewhat of a, even Brian Daboll. It might sound fucking horrible. It might sound really bad, but Brian Daboll might be a good OC somewhere. He didn't come here. I mean, I know that the Eagles called the Bills at the time for him to be the head coach. I remember that. If Frank Reich didn't go, if Frank Reich didn't go to the fucking Colts after fucking what's his face backed out of that fucking job with Indianapolis, who knows what would have happened too. But the Eagles have a Super Bowl out of it. You know what I mean? But to waste time this year and revert back to your old ways and your old bullshit, I mean, you're just hurting it. You hurt the team this year. You literally, like, there's so many teams out there that win Super Bowls and then the next year they look god awful. Like this team, if they didn't make that one fucking change, not saying that the injuries wouldn't have happened or anything like that, but if they had like Kellen Moore for another year, I guarantee you they would have looked 3 times better than what they're looking like right now. And they would have. This is how dynasties are made, but you gotta keep the hot hand in the fucking building. You gotta throw money at somebody. You got billions of fucking dollars. You could throw whatever money you want at somebody, salary wise. They had a chance to do that, so. Yeah, Chris says Daboll coach Hurts already has a relationship with. Yeah. It's like everyone didn't. I guarantee you a lot of people in this room didn't like the Kellen Moore fucking signing. I loved it because I already know what he's turned. I mean, the Dallas Cowboys under Kellen Moore, like, he brought that fucking offense, a top 10 offense for 3 years straight. The 4th year, I think they were ranked like 15 or 16. The last year he was there. The problem over in Dallas was the fucking quarterback. But guess who the scapegoat was every fucking year? The fucking coordinator. The scapegoat was never the fucking quarterback. Ever. Adam YT with the super chat says, with all this talk, do we think AJ is gone? I don't know. Possibly. Like, to be honest with you, losing AJ and getting another, like, if they lose AJ, they have to get somebody else, like, immediately. And possibly if they lose AJ, hear me out. If they lose AJ, they might as well just sign fucking Jahan Dotson. How much is he going to get? Not much. Get an extra first-round pick for this year. Go get a fucking get a couple offensive linemen. Go, you know what I mean? Like, go out and go get a couple fucking guys in the first round this year. You know what I mean? The best, like, you can't keep AJ for another year. You're either going to keep AJ for another year and then let him go, and that's it. Because I only expected AJ to play one more year in Philadelphia for the 26th season. If you get rid of AJ Brown and you trade him, you might as well trade him while his value is still there. It might happen. If they lose AJ, I think you sign Jahan Dotson. Dotson's not going to cost much. Look at his stats. Like, he's not going to get paid that much. He's on a contract. What is he going to get paid? You know, for him to come back. So then you got two fucking receivers right now. Don't have a big physical receiver, but that's what they have to go out and try to get. So potentially it could happen. I'm not saying it's not. I think potentially, I think there's at least a 65% chance that it could happen as of right now. Nate says the only thing I would trade AJ for is a new head coach and offensive staff. Like, what is, like, look at Stoutland, dude. I mean, he's dealing with injuries. I mean, Stoutland's the run game coordinator. Like, what does Stoutland fucking, like, I feel like they're giving guys these titles and they're not doing anything. Like, you got the run game coordinator in Stoutland, and what has he done? Look what fucking Patul's been the passing game coordinator for 5 years. And as a passing game coordinator, the only thing I was afraid of going into the season, because he was a passing game coordinator, that they weren't going to run that much this year. That they weren't going to run as much. That the passing game would have been fine under Patullo. But as a passing game coordinator, this fucking guy doesn't know how to scheme guys open. So what the fuck has Patullo been doing the past 4 to 5 years? He's making a fucking salary to just sit next to the coaching staff and try to give like 1 second of input every fucking week. You know what I mean? Chris says 100%, Joey. Keep Dotson, rebuild line, and get an OC. Yeah, I think that's all you really got to fucking do, honestly. It's really all you got to do. So we go position by position, right? So if you start with the defense, right? You got safety, Makuba's still here, and he's played a lot better. He'll be back. If he's out for the rest of the year, we have no timetable on it. If Makuba's out for the rest of the year, then he won't miss any valuable time in the offseason program next year, which is good. So is Blankenship going to get re-signed? I have no idea. As a captain, I would think he's going to get re-signed, probably. I don't think he's getting top safety money or anything like that. I don't think so. I think they want to keep him. Linebacker, I think you're set. I think you're completely set. I mean, I think they're going to sign Dean. You're going to have Bond in the building for one more year in 26, and that's it. And then Campbell is either going to rotate outside linebacker or be on the edge. Defensive line. Nolan Smith, I don't think is going to get paid. I don't even think they even pick up his 5th-year option. Is he even worth a 5th-year option, paying him all that guaranteed for 1 year? I don't know. Depending on what the price of it is, it could be 15, 16 million for 1 year. I don't know, but is he even worth a 5th-year option at this point? Jalix Hunt's playing okay. So, I mean, Carter's probably going to get paid. So we'll see how it goes. Ojomo's here for 1 more year. So, I mean, your defensive line is actually not bad. Jalen Phillips, I think, needs to be re-signed. So I think you don't sign Nolan Smith and you re-sign fucking Phillips. I think Phillips is going to be way, too valuable for us to let go of. So you're gonna have to sign some guys next year. And then your offense, you need to pick up some pieces from center, right guard, right tackle, depending if Lane Johnson retires or not. You have Tank Bigsby for another year. He's still on contract. But we'll see how it goes. Bridge says the O-line cannot protect Hurts. Hurts cannot protect himself either, and the play calling does not protect Hurts. No, that's true. Even when early in the season when Mulatto was playing bad, Dickerson was coming out of games. I mean, they never even made adjustments. They never fucking made adjustments to losing some, like, no quick plays. Not like, you know what I mean? Like, you're getting your quarterback fucking killed, and that's happened a lot of times this year. Oh, yeah, cornerback is definite. Yes, I forgot the corners. Yeah, I didn't get the corners, but yeah, cornerback, they need to draft one. Yeah, like early as fuck this year. They do. They need a number 2 desperately. Desperately need a number 2. So they got to go out and get one. Leon says no one can go. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm not. Nolan Smith hasn't. Look at Jalix Hunt, dude. As soon as as soon as Nolan Smith came back, Nolan Smith comes back, and then you got Jordan, and then you got Jalen Phillips, right? Look what Jalix Hunt has done the last few weeks since the Vikings game. Jalix Hunt has been on a fucking clinic, really good, making plays, being disruptive. I knew that Jalix Hunt had it in him. It's just, it just took a while. It took a while to continue off of how he played in the playoffs of the Super Bowl last year. What if Lane, Stout, and Vic retire? Well, Vic's not retiring. Stout, I don't know when his contract is up, but I would expect he's still going to be here. And if Lane retires, you need to draft You need to draft offensive line first round. You're not paying You're not paying a tackle. You're drafting somebody next. Like there's no fucking way that if Lane retires, that's your first pick in the draft. There's no way they're letting that go. You're not paying a fucking tackle shit ton of money. It's no. Miles Hinton's not fucking ready. He looks horrible. So, Darren says Hurts needs the number 2 if he sucks again Monday. Nate says we haven't had a cornerback 2 for a long. Slade came back. Yeah. Ron says trade Nolan and a couple first for Garrett. Yeah, that'd be fucking good. If you want to sign somebody short term, to make a big trade like that, you could do that, but not with if Phillips if Jalen Phillips is a perfect re-sign because he's only 26, 27 years old, going into free agency next year. So if he likes it enough here and he'll play here, I'm telling you, like, there's a couple games you don't win unless Jalen Phillips was involved. Like Jalen Phillips in the first game first 2 games he was back for, he did really well, thing. Ron says in the offseason, of course, our schedule just gets harder because Jaden Daniels is back. And that's really it's really sad that you say that it's going to be hard now because Jaden Daniels is back, bro. Like Jaden Daniels being back, it's a difference for Washington. But can the Eagles actually win against them? I mean, their defense isn't fucking great either. Their offense is taking some hits, but they got both their receivers back now. Jaden Daniels is finally back, and Washington has nothing to fucking play for anymore. There's no room for them anymore. So, yeah. You can't beat them. Like I said, like they can easily lose. They can lose the rest of their games this year. Like that's how uncertain and unsure I am of where they're going with this offense. That's how unsure I am, and that's really sad. That's how low they have stooped down to this fucking play calling. That's how bad it is. MT Shark says Joey 27-19 Eagles over the Chargers. I don't even care. Just win. just win at this point. Is Herbert playing on Monday night? I don't even know if Herbert's even playing on Monday night. I mean, it's on the opposite. He's got a broken hand with the opposite hand, so I mean, they could put a cast on him and he could play. It's not like he can't play. But do they want to risk it? I don't know. That's why they are dangerous. Nothing to lose. Yeah, those teams have that. They have nothing to lose. They are there to fuck up seeding. They are there to fuck up the seeding for a lot of teams. Mm-hmm. Kelly says, I don't think they lose to the Raiders, but 1-4 definitely possible. Damn. I don't blame you guys for thinking that way. I mean, 1-4 is kind of crazy. I would say maybe 2, but you think the last 4 we're only win 1 out of 4? Damn. That's kind of nuts. I'm not doing okay right now with the super chat. Says Q's been cooked. Oh, O's been cooked. But Q's been cooked. What are you talking about? O's been cooked all season. Did you see KP on Hard Knocks? I did. He looks like when he was talking to all the players, in I don't know, when he was talking to all the players for a meeting or whatever, he was like, "We need to win. We're trying to figure it out." And he I don't even think he knows. Like he wants to say what he wants to say, but the results just don't show every week. You know, I see 2 wins, 5 games. Yeah, that's really sad that we can't even win 3. I don't blame anybody for thinking that. You know, I don't blame anybody for thinking that, you know. Nate says, "Yup, dangerous, just trying things out. That's how the Giants got us end of last year." Yeah, it's true. It's true. There's been some very, some very embarrassing fucking losses. I mean, how many games you almost choked? How many games you just didn't do anything, then finally caught up and won the game? The Rams game, you caught up and won that game. The Tampa Bay game, you had a big lead, and you almost fucking dropped the ball on that game. I mean, you're in a 3 touchdown lead against the Cowboys. You choked 21 fucking points away. 24 points. I mean, just the shit's got to stop. It's got to stop. Taking your foot off the gas, playing conservative. You're playing the turnover battle, keeping Hurts like conservative, wasting. I mean, when there's 2-3 minutes left in the fourth quarter and you have a lead, sure, take time off the clock, whatever you got to do. But you're doing this shit early in the second. You're doing this for almost an entire fucking half. You're not changing play calls at the line. I mean, it's a loaded box, and Barkley's getting fucking hitting a brick wall every 2 fucking seconds. Crazy. Because I don't think they will lose that much. I just think it's possible. It's possible that they could lose every fucking game. It is. They can go into the next 5 weeks and lose every fucking game. Not kidding. And literally choke it up to Dallas. They could choke the division right to Dallas. Yeah, Dallas lost, great, but we still got to take care of business. I mean, the only way, Dallas has got to lose out for if we're this bad, Dallas just has to lose out, which that's not going to happen. I'm not doing okay right now with the super chat says they can't fix the offense because they don't know how to. No, they don't. That's what I don't get. Like if Lurie, the weekend of the Bears game, if Lurie put his foot down, why wouldn't they try to hire somebody to help them? Like now, like Nick and KP are trying to fix this now when they have no brain capacity to fucking fix it. Like, they literally just don't know how to fix it because they just don't know how to put the pieces together to make the offense run the way they want it to. This is the shit I'm talking about. That's where I'm at. Miss Allen, if they lose division, do you think Nick and boyfriend are gone? If they choke the division away to fucking Dallas, I want Nick out of here. I don't care. Like, the locker room will be lost by that time. If that happens, the locker room will have no faith in that head coach anymore. And if that's the case, once the locker room starts showing signs they don't have faith in Nick Sirianni, they don't have faith in once players start losing faith in a head coach, Lurie's got to step in and make a move. That's when the owner has to step in and make a move. I'm sorry. I don't care about Nick's record. I don't care if he won. I look great. Awesome. But this is a year-to-year league. We did this in 17. We did the same shit. We won that Super Bowl in 17. And then year after year, failed draft after failed draft after failed draft. Okay? Moving money, kicking the can down the road. Rewarding players for past awards. They were re-signing guys from that Super Bowl year 2-3 years down the road. I mean, they made so many fucking mistakes after winning that Super Bowl. I mean, and it caught up to us. It finally I think by 2019, it fucking caught up to us. You know? I think ever since Jalen Hurt got injured last season, he's too scared to run the ball himself. I think there's too many cooks in the kitchen when it comes to what he should do. I think it's not like there's some games, even last game, I was waiting for him to run the ball, like, spread the offense out and just run and find the open space. And there's sometimes he didn't do that. And he sits in the pocket the entire time. I think there's too many voices in his fucking head half the time telling him to do this and not to do this. And I think that's part of it too. Roberts is exactly. Hurts definitely needs to run more. Peeps forget back in 22, his best passing year. He had like 800 yards rushing himself. Yeah, no, it was a good year. It was a good year. Didn't end the way we wanted to, but it was a good year though. Christopher Michael said, if we lose the division, that's a complete collapse again, but I don't care if we even stumble and win it. We're going to get blown out in the playoffs playing offense that we have been. Nick has to go if that happens. Yeah, I'm almost on board with Nick getting fired. I don't know. Even though I don't think they're going to fire him, I think Lurie needs to open his eyes. I'm hoping he has. I'm hoping Howie and Lurie have been really opening their eyes the last few weeks and really seeing what the fuck is going on here, because I'm sorry, but that head coach, the problem is they allowed him to do what he did. They allowed him to go out and just promote from within and go absolutely fucking nowhere after the Super Bowl. All the fucking work that Howie Roseman puts in the offseason or tries to put into the offseason, and you have Saquon, I've never seen an offense with so much talent, and just why they can't get these guys involved and why this offense can't be, regardless of some offensive line injuries, they can't even run the fucking ball normally. It was a point to early in the season where they were running the ball from literally only two formations. It's just then there was a theory that, the Eagles are holding back. They're not giving away all their plays. They're saving all of it for the playoffs. They're trying to win the most easiest way in the most conservative way they possibly can. No, there's no fucking way they're saving plays for the playoffs. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. No. Yeah, they fired Doug for far less. Yeah. Yeah. They gave Doug enough rope to fucking hang himself, and he did. And after he had that meeting with Jeffrey Lurie of hiring Press Taylor and then fucking hiring Matt Rules as DC, they fucking fired him. And guess what? Doug came back as the head coach for Jacksonville. He hired Press Taylor as his OC, and they had the worst fucking season. You know what I mean? The worst season. Might do okay with the Super Chats. Another failed puppet project. Head coach for Howie and Lurie. Yeah. Can't let this shit happen again. It makes me so fucking angry because I'm so angry because it's such a failed fucking year. Regardless of the injuries, it's such a failed year. We wasted our fucking time this year. You know what I mean? I hope they win 3 games and they get ready for the playoffs. They're not getting the number 1 seed. And honestly, I don't want them to get the number 1 seed. Why? So they could fucking waste it and embarrass themselves? They're just going to embarrass themselves. I'd rather them be on the fucking road and earn it. I want them to be on the road earning that shit. Earn the fucking win. Earn a divisional win. Earn yourself in the NFC Championship game. I don't want them to have the number 1 seed. I could give a fuck less about the number 1 seed. I don't care about it. Nate says, used to think they were saving plays, making excuses for why it has always looked so bad. No, it's not saving plays now. It's completely. This is how they fucking look. This is just how they fucking look. I appreciate this super chat, by the way, buddy. Got to tell you. But obviously, I knew instantly that they have just no second playbook or better play safe. They don't have it. They coach not to lose their jobs. Yeah, they coach not to lose their jobs. You've taken no plays the last few. Like, I don't get it. Like, is there a rule that they're not allowed to take from Kellen Moore's playbook from last year or look at tape from Kellen Moore last year? Like, they've done nothing. They've done none of that. Just like, at least I give Doug Pearson a little bit of credit. When Nick Foles took over at quarterback, okay, they went back and they were like, no, we can't put him in a Carson Wentz system. We got to take his tape. We got to take Nick Foles, take his tape from when he was with Chip Kelly in 2013, okay, when he had that awesome passing fucking year that he had that year, okay? Like, that's what they did. Like, went back, looked at the tape, incorporated it into that season. They've done none of that for the offense. What's worked for this offense? They've taken no plays for the last few years, even last year, all on tape. You got the tape from every fucking game. I don't get it. Ron said, at least we get an actual good OC who will refuse to let Nick have anything to do with the play calling. Oh, yeah. But I didn't want to waste this year. I didn't want to waste an entire fucking year. 8-3, 8-2, then you're 8-3, then you're 8-4, and now you're at a standstill now where you still have no fucking identity. You have nothing going on. So, and it just annoys me. It just annoys the fuck out of me. Yo, Eagles Uncensored, what's going on, buddy? How you doing, bud? I hope you're having a good day. Good night. I'm not doing okay with the super chats. Is if they go one and done, the 1 seed, and Lurie is cleaning house before the clock hits 0. Just imagine they get the 1 seed and they go one and done. Fuck, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I've already been looking at the draft. I've already been looking at a lot of things already because normally I don't do it. Usually I wait like at least another month, at least till January. I'll start looking at stuff. But I've started my homework a little bit earlier this year because honestly, I don't know. I don't know what to really tell ourselves at this point of what it's going to look like moving forward. All we can do is hope that this offense gets to where they're at. We just hope that they just win enough games to get into the playoffs. And then they have an opportunity in a playoff game to really showcase themselves and play to the top of their level. And if they don't, then, I'm not shocked over any of it. Like, I was waiting until the car fucking crashed, and it did. It fucking crashed the last couple weeks, But MT says it does feel like we threw away a year out of the window. That's how I feel. I mean, I'm not saying anybody's got to agree with me, but that's how I feel, kind of. Says the last season we weren't the number 1 seed, but we won the Super Bowl, so we don't. No, I mean, I you know what? It's funny because I always forget we didn't have it last year because we were the 2nd seed, and it just sucks that the 2nd seed doesn't have doesn't have a bye week anymore, like because of the rule changes and stuff. But from Washington winning against Detroit, that gave us the extra fucking home game, which was good. It was really, really good. So it felt like we were the number 1 seed. I always forget that we didn't have the number 1 seed last year because we were at home all the playoffs. So it worked out in our favor, It worked out in our favor. Eagles are doing good, man. Just really depressed about the team. Can't believe how dysfunctional this team is, and believe that there's no coming back. Week 12 and no identity. Sad, super sad. It is sad. It's almost as if we saw this shit coming and we were hoping that it wasn't going to happen. We gave Patul like 4 or 5 weeks, and then still nothing was going on, and it just should have seen it coming, bro. This is on Nick Sirianni for another fucking year. This is on Nick for 23. This is on Nick for 25. I'm sorry, but why Lurie allowed you to fucking do this shit again and hire a nobody within the organization to help you with fucking play calling? I don't know how that happened. I don't. I don't know how Lurie had the balls to fucking do that. I really don't. Fucking nuts. Girlfriend just texted me. Let's see. Miss Aveline says the team is not in sync. Vibes off. Too much drama. Leak can't win this way. No. I mean, I think there's always drama. I think there's always outside drama, but then the AJ Brown shit started happening again, and it was just, you finally AJ Brown finally has a good fucking game last week, and guess what? We fucking lost. So even if AJ Brown has 114 yards, whatever that fucking shit was, it did nothing. You know, it didn't do much of anything. I don't know. He goes and sets her down. I agree, man. At this point, these guys got to prove to me that they want it there. It's no longer believing in blind faith. You either show me you want it or it's over. There's no in between. And if these two, if Lurie put his foot down last weekend and wanted things to get changed, they should have fucking went out and hired somebody. They should have brought somebody in to help out. So now there's more pressure on Nick and Patullo. I don't care if Patullo falls on the sword at the end of the year and Nick's going to sit there and be like, haha, I got out of this yet again another year. He's on my shit list before Patullo is because I already know Patullo is expendable. But Nick Sirianni needs to realize he's expendable. You think your statistics, and because they got rid of Doug Peterson after 3 years. After 3 years after a Super Bowl, they got rid of Doug. So I don't get why he thinks he's so fucking safe. Because he's not. He ain't safe. But we still love them. Yeah, of course we do. If we're not bitching about it, it means we don't fucking care. If we bitch because we know that they could play better. That's why we're bitching about it. If we didn't care, we wouldn't even be talking about it. And that's just the truth. User says AJ Brown basically prophesized the downfall of the offense. Defense will keep us in the game for sure. Oh yeah, no, he did, and he was right. AJ was right the whole time. Should he have went about it a different way? Probably, but yeah, I've been on AJ's side on that front. Yeah, he was right. When AJ was like, well, all they care about is, I was like, you could change cornerback and you're making moves on defense. Like the offense has to pull its weight. And he's 100% right. They're not. How many fucking games is the defense getting held out to dry? A shit ton of times. How many times does the defense got to take over for the offense? Like the entire fucking game. Some games are losing. Some games are fucking putting the offense in good position. The offense is still fucking looking like shit. The defense could change the momentum of the fucking game, which they have done plenty of times this year. And then the offense gets on the field and they fucking fall flat again and again and again and again. Christopher Michael says, I'm going to keep saying it. We need a legit play caller, whether Nick is here or not, which I assume he will be next year. The dude can't be allowed to do this shit with the offense again. No. You strip him of his power to have any type of say in an OC. I'm telling you. I wouldn't mind Brian Daboll, to be honest with you. Like, he's worked with Hurts. He's got a good relationship with Hurts. He called really well with the Bills with Josh Allen. So I don't see why it would be a bad thing. I mean, that's just an example. I'm not saying that's who I want, but it's just an example. Like, there will be some guys available out there, He goes on and said, I truly hate all these coaches and stuff talk and take us for dummies when the most of us, this is a hobby, a way of life, and we know what's going on. I just hate being talked to like we're stupid. Well, if you looked at the Hard Knocks, who said it? Our Nick said someone, I don't know if a player said it to Nick or oh yeah, hey Nick, or someone was like, oh, by the way, did you know that the sky is falling right now or something? And he's like, oh yeah, the sky is falling. Like, they know that they know the Eagle fans think the season's fucking over. They know that the Eagle fans are not happy and they think the season's already fucking over, that they're not going to amount to shit this year. I think they got that message. I think they have that message right now. I mean, I don't, you know what I mean? To a certain extent, they're definitely looking at, I mean, some of these, I'm not saying they look at all social media, but they're seeing what's being said out there. You know, we'll see. But if you want the ball, you are an idiot. Why? Why is that bad? Why is that a bad thing? Because he got fired? Because the head coach got fired? There's a lot of head coaches that get fired that were offensive coordinators and go to other teams as back to coordinators and do really well. The fucking head coach for Cliff Kingsbury, I think, is doing a pretty good job in Washington after being a shitty fucking head coach. You know? It's, you know what I mean? It's not impossible, you know? Eagles upstairs said, yeah, man, if that's the case, then Nick doesn't need to be here. I'm tired of giving our head coach credit for other people's success. We didn't win a Super Bowl because of Nick. We wanted. Oh, no. He was carried. No, Nick was carried. Nick was carried by a good OC. He was carried by a quarterback. He was carried by a super team on offense. He was carried by a 2,000-yard. He was carried. Well, I know this. I 100% know that. Oh well, no, I don't give him the only thing I give Nick credit for in season on a good year. Like, Nick is a nice tone setter. Nick is a culture setter, which that's really all he is. Other than that, like, Nick can redefine a culture and he keeps the team on a medium pace when it comes to their mental. Other than that, that's really it. Not much else. Because realistically, like, when Nick left Frank Reich with the Colts, like, Nick was the OC for the Colts next to Frank Reich as the head coach. Frank Reich called the fucking plays. Nick didn't game. Nick wasn't the offensive mind with the Colts, and the Colts really weren't that great that year anyway, but Frank Reich called all the fucking plays. And they hired Nick coming here. They hired fucking Nick because he was some offensive fucking guru, which we know he's not. That's kind of where we're at, you know? Kind of where we're at. Well, yeah, guys, I think that's gonna be it. I mean, we did like an hour and 45. I only want to do like an hour today, but yeah, we got through a lot of stuff today. So I wasn't really feeling too great today, but we got a game on Monday night. So schedule for the weekend, shakedown tomorrow. So shakedown tomorrow night. We're going to talk about obviously the Bears game. We'll talk about what's been going on for the week, the Slay stuff, everything. Make sure to check out the Philly Shakedown merch for Christmas. By the way, if you want to support the Philly Shakedown directly, link is actually in the live chat from the bot right now for the Philly Shakedown new designs. If you spend $85, you get 10% off. You spend $115 for 15% off. Go to the digital print house. Omar has been doing a fantastic job with the Shakedown merch. It's right in the description, and it's, like I said, in the live chat right now for the merch stuff. So I appreciate it so much. So we'll have a stream tomorrow. We'll do our thing, and then Sunday we'll watch some football, and then Monday we'll see what happens. I mean, that's really going to be it. You could lose Jalen Carter, probably lose Jalen Phillips by Monday. It's a big hit for your defensive line, unfortunately. Yeah. I don't know what we're going to get on Monday. We're just going to sit back and we're going to see, But, all right, fellas. I will see you guys tomorrow, and appreciate the support, appreciate the membership, super chats, all that great stuff. How do we join Discord? Here, I'll put the link in right now. Yeah, I have my own Discord. If you guys ever want to join it, I have a lot of people in there. We talk Eagle stuff. We do video chats and things like that. So if you want to join the Discord, just pick your team, and you're right in it. So definitely join up if you guys haven't joined the Discord at all. Try to build up the Discord. I think we have like 280 something people in the Discord right now. We're trying to build it up more. So if you guys haven't seen it, definitely go check it out. All right, you guys enjoy the rest of your day. I'll see you guys